Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T along with my man Brad Gilmore, and we got a very, very special guest. But hey, before we talk about this guest, he's going to be here on Wednesday, All Elite Wrestling, August 18th at the Fertitta Center. And I tell you, man, it's hot in Houston, but it's about to get a whole lot hotter. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, my man, Sammy Guevara. What's going on, kid?
Man, what's up, Book? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. Look at you now, bro. And I was thinking about that photo we took, and that was posted not too long ago. And you was like a little bitty kid, man. You've grown up, man. You're a grown man now. Talk to me. Talk to me about first getting into the business first and foremost, and what sparked the journey.
Well, that photo that went around for a minute, that was the first show I ever went to, and I saw it when I was 11 years old, and I saw you versus Rey Mysterio, the first SmackDown I ever went to. And, man, it just seemed like the coolest job ever. And it is the coolest job ever, you know? Getting to go and do all these amazing things in front of all these people. Pretty much all of it, from the promos to the in-ring, it all just, like, sparked my interest. And I trained at this school you might know of. Very great school. I'd recommend it. Oh wait, I think it's your school. That's
Yeah.
Trained over a year of school, got a whole bunch of knowledge there, and then just tried to apply that. Something you told us many years ago, and probably tell guys now. You give us the tools, but it's up to us to go out and use those tools. So I went out and tried to use the tools that you gave me.
Man, I still telling that to my students to this day, man. It's no shortcuts. There's no easy route, especially these days, because there's so many guys, young guys like yourself, trying to get into the business. But you seem to have navigated your way through a boatload of landmines. Talk to me about that, man. Making it to the next level. How did it happen for you so quick? Talk to me about that.
I mean, I feel like everything has happened quicker now that AEW has started, but I feel like everything before that was like a slow progression, getting opportunities here and there. You know, first time I got to go get booked in Mexico, get to go to Canada, Japan, and just trying to grow my name as much as possible, as well as doing the YouTube stuff, just trying to show my journey and show a different side. So I was trying to attack it from all avenues, trying to do my best in-ring. If I got to do a promo, I try to do the best at that. And then also, use this tool that we have, which is the internet, and and social media, and try to use those tools and just try to do everything I can to just try to grow the name.
Yeah, I always say that on the job training, you can't get that anywhere, man. Being able to go around the world and learn the craft. How important was that? Actually, not catapulting yourself right into a system, but actually getting a chance to go around the world and learn the craft of professional wrestling.
Man, it was so cool because I got to experience so many different things, the different styles, like in Mexico, how they do things compared to Japan or in the UK. And, as I'm doing it, I wish, I could have got catapulted to the top right away. But looking back, man, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. And I'm happy that it took me as long as it did to get here.
Wow, man. I've seen so many young guys come through this business and get put in that position, like right off the bat at 19, 20 years old. And it definitely could be an experience that you go, wow, am I really ready for this? So definitely getting that, like I say, on the job training, I think is most important for me. Starting in a small company, going to the Global Wrestling Federation, actually getting a chance to go to Japan, Korea. I tell you, I wouldn't have been the wrestler I became if it wasn't for those moments. I tell you, man, your style, it's definitely different. And it's definitely alluring. You get people to watch you. You get people to invest in you. Talk to me about the style of Sammy Guevara.
Man, I do a lot of crazy acrobatic things, but I feel like I'm a jack of all trades. For instance, I can do the high flying stuff, but I can mat wrestle with you. I can do the technical stuff. I can do the strong style. I don't like to go and put myself in just one category, but I would like to say that any category you put me in, I'm gonna do awesome.
I tell you, man, the one thing, people always, I never would imagine a dreamt, looking back on my career, that I would be known for the spinneroonie more so than anything in my career. It is stupid, right? But that's what wrestling is. Wrestling is always like the stupidest things. And for me, with Sammy Guevara, it's the tongue. You know what I mean? I'm serious. No, I'm serious, man. How much flack do you get about the tongue, sticking out? And what created that? What made you actually say, man, this is who I am?
So I just did it without even thinking on TV. And I was already doing it like leading up to AEW, just on like some independence. I don't know. I was sticking out the tongue, and I just kept doing it. And then after that episode aired, I go online to like a barrage of just keep your tongue in your mouth. What is that? So I was like, well, it got him talking, so now I'm just gonna do it even more. Yeah.
No, man, I swear,
That's
man,
so
it's
funny.
always the stupidest stuff, man, that sticks out like a sore thumb. Brad, I know you're itching to get in there.
Yeah. I want to ask you, because I heard you, obviously you trained at books, and there's been some great colorful characters who've come in and out of reality wrestling. But correct me if I'm wrong, your first match at reality wrestling or with Booker was it with Joey Jersey? Is this right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so talk to me about what you remember about your first match.
I remember, Book, you called me into your office, and I remember you told me, like, my cat almost died over here. No, I remember, Book, you called me into your office, and you were like, kid, you think you're ready for your first match? And it was probably super obvious then. I was very nervous, but I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And I didn't know for sure if I was ready or not. But one thing you told me that stuck with me to this day is you said if the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to go out there and you're going to have a bad match, your day's going to be okay. If that's the absolute worst thing that's going to happen, you're just going to have a bad match, life's going to be okay. So I took a deep breath, and so we ended up doing the match. And I remember I was like a fan in the crowd, and actually like went to where the fans were getting tickets. They got like a fake ticket. Charmel gave me one, said I paid $0. And I remember I was so nervous. I just kept bending up the paper, like the little ticket, over and over, just waiting. Jesus.
Yeah, right.
It looks, I can't even see outside. It's raining so bad. But no, then Joey, he carried me through the whole thing, and it was so much fun, man. I remember they were chanting like "We want Sammy" throughout the show, because after I got the win, I jumped over the barricade and ran away. It was such a fun match. I never got to actually watch it back. So, Book, if you have the footage, please send it.
Yeah. Well, I definitely get that to you, man. That's one thing about wrestling is I've been in that position before where I was in there with a guy who was much more experienced than I was. Guy just happened to be Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, of course. but just like yourself with Jersey, all I had to do was just listen, man. All I had to do was just listen. And I always tell my young guys, when you get the keys, you better know when you're driving. You better know when to make a right turn or make a left turn, because, that veteran, he'll snatch those keys back real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're going to be riding in the trunk. You know what I mean? So,
wide open, my mouth shut.
Yeah, exactly. So those moments, man, are definitely the most learning experiences that you're ever going to get in the business. So young guys out there listening to Sammy, always when you're in there with a veteran, just keep your ears open, and when you get that chance to get, I always say, get your stuff in. I usually say it a little different than that. You better do it. You better do it quick, man. But now, man, you're there. Houston, Texas, of course, couple of days away. You there now, but the one thing I see that you have that's really working in your favor, man, and that is having guys like Matt Hardy, Christian, guys like Jericho, there to kind of guide you through this storm. How important it is for AEW to have guys like that trio I just.
Oh man, I think it's great. Dean Malenko's back there too. Jerry Lynn. It's just so cool because I've wrestled a lot of these guys, like the younger guys, on the independents, and so we all kind of came from the same place. And so to have guys who've been to super high levels on this business and be able to help us as much as they do, it means a lot, man. Especially having Jericho on my side through this whole thing, I feel very blessed. Anytime I have a question on something or what I think like might work for a promo, he's a text away or a phone call away to give me his thoughts, and I just think it's good, man. It's just gonna make us all better.
Yeah, definitely. How hard is it? Something I never had to worry about, but working within the social media world, like you say, as soon as you lick the tongue out one time, you open your timeline and it's full with people saying, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" How hard is it, for the young guys working today in the social media world? Not just working in the social media world, but being able to use social media to go out there and get themselves over.
Yeah, I mean, social media, it's a blessing and a curse. I feel like what I've learned over the past 2 years of being in AEW is just not to take anything to heart on social media. You can listen to it, you could see the criticism here and there, but I don't think any of it's really real. Of course, we love the love more than we love the hate.
Yeah.
You just got to have your core group of people. The social media is not going to pay your bills. I mean, well, the tweets won't pay your bills. Yeah. I know you're making that YouTube money.
You know it
too. But no, these comments, they're not gonna help you as much as your core group will help you. So just have people that you trust really, and that their opinions matter more than some Joe Blow telling you to go screw off and whatnot.
Yeah, I tell you, man, they hate me on social media. They
hate me some days, they love me some days.
No, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Some days they love me. Like right now, talk with Sammy Guevara, my timeline gonna be nothing but love. You know what I mean? Yeah, Sammy on there. Oh, we love him. You know what I mean? So this for me, man, is awesome. Brad, go ahead, man.
Yeah, talking about AEW again being here on Wednesday in Houston, Texas. What do you think's been your biggest moment though thus far in AEW? Because you in what, just a little over a year, 2 years almost, you have had a lot of memorable moments. What do you think for you has stood out as, wow, I can't believe that happened?
Yeah, man, I feel like I've had a lot of moments as well. It's like even moments that like maybe weren't even supposed to happen. I tried to make the most out of any opportunity that was ever given to me. That's what I've tried to do my entire career, from getting hit with a golf cart and trying to take it possible, to getting super kicked by Matt Jackson and folding up like a pretzel. But I think the biggest one would have to be a Double or Nothing this year, getting the win for the Inner Circle, keeping them together, and closing out a pay-per-view. That was a big moment. My girlfriend was right there in the front row, and she's been around almost the whole entire journey. She saw me wrestle here in Houston in front of 7 people to now be in front of 5,000 people closing out a pay-per-view. It was such a night I'll never forget.
Awesome. I tell you, I'm back to Houston, man. What can we expect, man? What can we expect from AEW? Because this is the first time Houston has ever had the AEW experience. So what can the Houstonians expect come Wednesday?
Oh, man. Well, Houston, luckily Sammy Guevara's on the card, so it's going to be something great. And I mean, Sting's wrestling for the first time in like I don't know how many years on TNT, so that's going to be history right there. Jericho versus MJF, Jericho's got that in the bag. But man, most importantly, man, I feel like we're all just going to go out and go crazy because we were supposed to have this show before the whole pandemic. And now we're finally here. We're finally in Houston. And so we got to give these people something great. And I know I'm going to.
Boom. You heard that, guys. Wednesday, August 18th, Sting, MJF, Sammy Guevara, the whole AEW crew will be in town. They even extended an invite to me. So I might step down there and see you, kid. and see what the reality of wrestling turned out, man. But I tell you, man, you are on the way, man. You're on the rise. I tell you, as far as Sammy Guevara, what's the ultimate goal for Sammy Guevara?
Man, I've said it since before I even started wrestling. It was to be the world champion. So, I gotta get the belt. Maybe I'll get it 5 times like you, 6 times like you. Gotta get it once, before I call it all.
Hey man, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. Just keep doing what you do. Like me and Brad always say on the show, making these suckers bow down.
That's right.
Say, "Daddy, I don't want that." That's what I'm all about. But I just want to say thank you, bro, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of what you've become and what you're doing, and as well as the way you're representing. I really appreciate that. I always know that you are a role model, man. You got a lot of young people looking up to you, and I say young people aspire to be what they see, and they see Sammy Guevara right now, so they're inspired to be you. I always know that right there, man. That's a hell of a responsibility, and that's coming from your sensei. Keep doing what you do, young man, and can't wait to see you on Wednesday.
Thank you so much. Life's such a trip, going for my first show, watching you and Ray for the world title on a SmackDown, wanting to do this, and then for you to tell me there's kids watching me the way I watched you. It's a trip.
Hey,
and
man,
that anything can happen in
it's
life.
real. Anything's possible. That's the way we do it, man. Hey, man, Sammy, thanks for giving me some time inside the Hall of Fame.
I'll see you on Wednesday.
Boom, we out. Hey, guys, stick around. We'll be back in a minute. What's up, this Booker T, 2-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out the shine, checking out the gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker?